Okay, so we have an eclipse coming. What's going dark? Sun or moon?
The moon is going dark, actually. We have a lunar eclipse on Friday. It's always a full moon. We have 4 of them a year. There's always a lunar eclipse and then a solar eclipse. This is the first one on the Leo-Aquarius axis. It's been on the Virgo-Pisces axis for the last 18 months, and now it is shifting. So, the things we need to know are the things that happen this week are things that are going to take anywhere from 6 months to 18 months to play out. And so you need to pay attention where things are starting or changing by Friday. That'll give you an idea of what area you can expect that to happen in. And as your star goddess, I thought I would tell people so they didn't have to figure it out themselves.
Okay,
because
go
it's
for
very
it.
important. For Aquarians, it's about them. It's about them getting their wants and their needs met. It's about the Aquarian promoting the Aquarian's interests. And they're going to find out who their enemies are and who their partners are. And the best thing I could say to Aquarians are, you will do better in an alliance than you will trying to go it on your own. So swallow your pride, accept the help of a partner so you can make the best of it. For Pisces, the next sign, they have to be really careful because this eclipse is in their 6th house of work, health, and responsibilities, and their own undoing. And Pisces have a hard time controlling their habits. They like extremes of all kinds. And so they have to be careful over the next 18 months to realize to do things in moderation. Otherwise, it's going to have a deleterious effect on their health and subsequently their work and their responsibilities. For Aries, yay, it actually is a pretty fun eclipse. It's in their 5th house of love affairs, children, sports, amusements, pleasures, and then hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives. So for Aries everywhere, it's about, if you're single, you'll attract someone. If you're married, your marriage goes well. And you can also benefit if you're married and happy. Then either children can come into focus or a child of your mind that you give birth to over the next 18 months or so. For Tauruses, this is a tough eclipse for them because they're going to have to choose between home and profession. And they have tremendous demands at home, and yet they want to do something a little more than what it is that they're doing. They don't want to just do the home stuff, and they have to try and find a way to balance the two, and that sometimes says no. And they have to put their interests at the top of the list rather than doing for other people, making demands on them. So, for Geminis, our president, this is a matter of legal matters, educational matters, short distance, short duration travel, and literally carving out the pace of their day-to-day living, coming up with a new strategy to operate out of. And the important thing is that they're going to be huge in pressing legal matters and educational matters, and they get to learn a lot about the world as they deal with more foreign people, which again is very appropriate for our new president. For Cancers, it's about the money. It's about making more money, but instead of actually finding a way to, it's more about the way of finding a way to earn more money rather than maximize existing resources. But the thing to do would be able to capitalize on both. Find a way to make more money and maximize an existing resource. For Leos, it's about them. It's about the Leo getting what the Leo wants and the Leo needs. And the Leo gets to promote their own interests. They're good. Leos work good in a team, but it really is more about the Leo getting what the Leo wants. And the Leo really needs to, I'm not saying cut their ties with partnerships and other people, but find a way to serve your own interests first, Leo.
Gotcha.
Excuse me. For Virgos, nothing but hard work. And I hate that, being a Virgo. Nothing but hard work awaits them. Hard work, responsibilities, and not a lot of gratification other than the fact of a job well done. It doesn't mean more money. It means maybe some obstacle getting out of their way, but it's still a whole lot of hard work over the next 6 months for Virgos. So I have my work cut out for me. For Libra, it is much like Aries. It's about love affairs, children, sports, amusements, pleasures, and reaching a long-standing hope, wish, goal, or objective. And the Libra needs to know, because Jupiter is in their sign, that they're forming new relationships, that they cannot go it alone. And they don't want to go it alone. They work much better when they work in partnership or in concert with someone rather than going it alone to achieve what the Libra wants. For Scorpios, this is about 10th house of career and public standing. It's time for the Scorpio to make their move professionally and to get a good result with that. It's going to take 18 months for them to carve their way to the top, which again, is quite a bit of a challenge because some Scorpios have to reinvent themselves in order to do this. So for Sagittarians, this eclipse cycle is going from their 10th house of career and public standing to the 9th house of the law, legal matters, educational matters, reaching a broader audience with your words, contracts and negotiations. And Sagittarians need to know that they can have what they want, but it's going to take a huge amount of work to go ahead and get it. And it's going to impinge on the freedom of movement that they've enjoyed so much. For Capricorns, the last time we're going to talk about, it is about other people's resources, finding a way to maximize your existing resources so you can extract more money out of it for the for Capricorns. It's not about getting a better job. It's doing the job that they do, but they get a better result with it is the only thing I can say. And they end up with more money at the end of their month and more month at the end of their money, which is never a bad deal.
Good thing.
That, and just before I go, the money faucet shuts off today, and it will be back on for 4 more months. It won't come back on until June 6th, so time to go.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Always a pleasure.
Better news next week.
I hope so.